All right, hello once again. This is Jeff Scott from Jeff Teaches Programming, and in the last video I started working on our ASP.NET program. We did the appsettings.json file and the program.cs file. I've already made the tape that I'm about to make, but I'm redoing it because I had some technical issues with it. So I'm going to show you the finished project, or product I should say, and then go over it with you. And that is not here, but it is under View Models, this one right here. So we're going to go over all this and just take about 5 minutes or so. This will be a very short video. Now we are using data annotations. Data annotations are sometimes known as decorators. All right. And we've used several of them in here, and we'll explain why and what we used in just a moment. All right. So again, this is in View Models. You don't have to use VM, but it's kind of a common thing to use to show that it's working with a view model. All right. So we've got an ID. All right. And now take a look. Notice that the first name and the last name are set as both being required. When we display them, rather than having it display as first name, okay, we will let it display like this, but we're storing it like this. Since it's a string field, we are setting it up to default to the empty string. Remember, these are our two common fields that, regardless of employee type, they all have a first name and they all have a last name. Speaking of employee type, that will be this one here. So again, that's going to be either hourly or piece worker or commission or salaried. All right. Then we broke them down into each one of these. And if you look on here, I'm going to make this a little smaller so all of it shows. There we go. All right. That you'll notice that for each one of these, we've got a range and we've got a display name. Okay. We could also put required in there if we wanted to. I left it out, but we could if we wanted to. We could put that in there really for each one of these. Be nothing wrong really with doing that. All right. But as an example here, with the hours worked, notice we put a range of 0, and here we're saying 0.00, so I should be consistent. So we're saying the range is 0.00 through 84.00. So that's the valid range. If we put something in that's outside of that range, we will get our own error message that says hours worked must be between 0.00 and 84.00. It'll display as hours worked with a space in between, but again, it'll be saved to the database as hours worked, one word. And since it's a numeric field, we're not defaulting it to anything. All right, we do something similar then for hourly rate. We just change the range, so it is 0.00 through 99.99. Again, if you put in something that's outside of that range, we've got our own customized error message. These are still pretty terse error messages, but we could make these anything we wanted to be. So it'll say hourly rate must be between 0.00 and 99.99. We'll display it as hourly rate with a space between the word hourly and the word rate, and it's a decimal, so it'll be saved as hourly rate, one word. Then we've got our piece worker. Again, very similar. Remember, this is an integer because we're setting it up so you can't make part of a piece in here. So again, the range will be 0 through 100. The customized error message will be pieces made must be between 0 and 100. The display name will be pieces made with a blank space between pieces and made. Again, it's an integer. And there's our get set. For the price per piece, it must be between a penny and $1. We're not giving away anything for free, so that's why we set it equal to that. Again, if you don't put it within that range, we should come up with our customized error message. Price per piece must be between 1 cent and $1. It'll display as price per piece with spaces between price and per and piece, but it'll be saved as one word, price per piece. Next, we have our commission. Remember that our sales amount, we said, must be between 0 and 100,000. So you can see the error message that you get. If it's not in between 0 and 100,000, we will display the name as sales amount with a blank space between sales and amount. And it's a decimal field that'll be saved as sales amount, one word. Commission percentage must be between 0% and 30%, or 0 and 0.3. So again, if it's not within that range, we're going to put in that customized error message. These error messages are basically all the same. I just changed the field names and the values for those. It'll display as commission percentage with a space between commission and percentage, and it'll be saved into the database as one word, commission percentage. This was basically the same as this. I'm sorry, this one. The sales amount was basically the same as the salary. So I just changed it. I copied it down and changed it from sales amount to salary. Okay, now that's it. The other thing that I wanted to quickly mention to you is what we're going to do in the next video. So I'm going to do a file save all here. All right, in the next video, we're going to do one basic thing. I've been trying to be very deliberate with this, and the only thing I am going to mention quickly in here is in the next video, we're going to talk, I'm going to close this, we're going to talk about controllers. And in the controllers, we've got two of them. We've got a home controller and we've got an employee controller. Now the home controller right now does pretty much nothing. All right, we're going to leave it for now as it is. Could we add something to it? We might. You'll notice that when we do these, always controllers must bring in Microsoft.ASP.NET-Core.MVC. All right, that's this controller right here that they all inherit from. So the one that we're going to do a lot of work on in the next video will be our employee controller. All right, so again, I apologize. This is a very short video. It's going to be about 8 minutes when I finish. All right, when I come back again, which will be hopefully tomorrow, we will do the home controller. All right, so after that, then we'll have got done our home controller, our data, DB context, because I just copied it in, our models, because again, we just copied them in, our service, which we just copied in, and now our view model. All right, so we'll take it from there. So I'll be back with that hopefully tomorrow, and I'll see you then. Thanks.